Welcome everybody, my name is Jody Jordan. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today is my first alternative paper pumpkin project for the lovely Lavender January 2024. I thought in my group we're doing a sketch challenge, and I thought this would be a good idea to make one of the cards based on this sketch. So this is the sketch. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in that teeny tiny little piece, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. I have the gorgeous grape. Now in the kit it comes with the small one like this, but I own the big one, so I'm going to save that for something else. Sometimes I give those away or use those for other things. So I'm just going to stamp with my large pad, just the word with in the stamp set, and that's all the stamping we'll do. So we can lay that to the side to dry. Now we're going to bring in our trimmer. Now I have a piece of gorgeous grape, the floral print of the card base, and then this watercolored piece. All of these are cut at 2 inches by about 5.5. I think it takes around, it'll probably take around 4 or 5 of each strip. I'm going to cut each one of these. So they were cut at 2. So now we're going to turn them, and we're going to cut them at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to make I'll cut 5 just to be safe. I didn't do the math on how many I need, but that's 3, 4. We'll cut one more just to be safe. We're going to do the same thing for the floral. Again, it's 2 inches. This so I did 5.5 inches wide. So your pattern, your flowers will be, when you're cutting your paper, the width part will be with your flowers to the top. So just keep that in mind when you have a pattern paper, to do it that way. Now, it doesn't have to be 5.5 inches. It's just was the card base, so that's what I have. So you're just cutting your strip at 1/2 inch by 2. That's 4. We'll do one more. Okay, and then I'm going to do the gorgeous grape as well. Same measurement, 2 inch by 1/2 inch for each strip, and we'll do 4 or 5 of those. And I'll do one more. I know it won't take this many, but I might make another card afterwards. So we'll slide those off to the side. Put these in your box for something else. You're also going to need a strip that is, this is 1/2 inch by 5.5 inches, and this is just going to go at the top. I chose to pick a border, or to have a border on mine, so we're bringing in this card base. Now you could, if you wanted to use both sides of this, you could mount this to white or crumb cake, or even the gorgeous grape if you wanted to. I'm just going to keep it simple and fold it over. So now you just got to arrange your pieces however you like. To arrange them. think this is upside down, so I'm going to turn that like that. Just lay it out however you want. You can repeat the pattern. You can just randomly pick one up, whatever you want to do. I keep putting mine upside down. I definitely want these purple flowers in here. Now on the sketch, it looks like there's a gap. I'm not going to leave a gap. That's too much work for no reason. It looks just as good like this. So, but you certainly can cut your strip smaller or leave a gap if you want. Okay, so purple watercolor flower, purple watercolor flower. Okay, so this is fine. I'm just going to slide these down so they're in the correct order that I plan to place them on my paper. And I'm going to grab my glue and just glue those down. Now there's going to be a strip at the top that goes over. So if you don't, try to make sure they're the most even at the bottom. They should be even throughout the whole pattern. But if you have if you cut it just a little bit off, make the off be at the top because you'll cover that up. Like that one's just a little bit longer, I feel. I think I'm gonna swap this one for this one. Well, no, I'm not, because you know what? I think that one gets covered up. I've really had fun doing this series. I'm re-recording this one because there was just so much in between. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am editing and possibly remaking some of the cards just because I talk so much in the original one. But I did this live over 3 days on my Facebook page. I kept meaning to do the video, and I needed something to do on my live. So I decided to just go ahead and do the alternate ideas. This one needs to go up. Now, if it does like this, it's caught, it's stuck. Don't worry about it. We can always cut it off if you can't get it exact. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to glue this strip on top up here. I apologize for the squeaking. My dog is in there playing with his toy, which I don't even know where he got that toy because I thought he tore up all the ones with the squeaker in them. Okay, now from the back, we can just chop this off. I usually use old scissors for that. Okay, so that looks really good. So now we're going to bring in our layering piece, which is this square that was in the kit. And we're going to, I told you we were done stamping, but we're actually not. We're going to do this greenery piece, and I am going to still do it, even though I think it's either greenery or it might be the actual lavender. I don't know, but I don't know my flowers that well. But I'm going to still color it purple. And I'm going to keep that more to the right, going up there into that right-hand corner, pointed up that way. Okay. And then for our floral piece, or another greenery piece, I'm going to have it go kind of up the other way. And I'm going to apply just regular glue dots. You can use the ones in the kit if you want. I'm just going to grab these because it's quicker for me and easier for me to just grab them right off here with my take your pick tool. I cannot believe this dog is in here with this squeaking toy. I am so sorry. Like, you try to remake the video to make it better. There's one video that you're getting, or one of the cards that I'm doing. It is, I definitely design it right on the fly. And I tell you that in the video. It's super long. I don't know how I'm going to, I might try to edit it a little bit. We'll see how it goes. But I decided to do this one over because it was, I just felt like I could do it better. Okay, so we got that on there like that. So another strip that you can cut, what did I do with it? I've been doing pretty good about not losing things on this video. Oh, here it is. Okay, now here's another strip of the Gorgeous Grape. And this is 3/4 by 3 1/4. And it's just replacing that piece that's kind of like right here. I just wanted to tie this color in. So I am going to have that strip. But first, we're going to put our lavender pieces, which I did one of the longer ones and one of the shorter ones. This is not the ones that are not stuck together. I'm going to put the mini dimensionals on that. This was such a beautiful kit. There's so many ideas. I haven't had a chance to watch any of the other demonstrators' videos yet, but this is really a beautiful set. And I'm so glad that there is a coordinating set in the catalog, because I'm going to get to make even more beautiful cards with it. So, in fact, it's my next class coming up is the painted lavender set. Perennial lavender, I think is what it's called. I can't remember. Okay, and then I will just pull these off. Okay, so I'm going to have this longer one just kind of go over this way, and then the shorter one go the opposite way. Kind of tuck that down in there, just like that. And then this piece, I'm going to put dimensionals on each side, and I'm going to do the regular dimensionals for that. Okay. And that's going to go on each side of these, the greenery and the fresh freesia, just like that. And then we're just going to glue our love right in the center. I am going to take my, let's see, I'm going to cut this little piece off. I don't know why I don't like that there. I'm going to snip it off. And I need to, let me get my, these are my ribbon scissors, but I just bought new ones. I just haven't opened them yet. So I'm going to turn these into my paper snips. Okay, so there's that. Now we just need to bring in our width. And I'm going to pop that up on mini dimensionals. Get back over here. Okay, and I'm just going to have that width right over the L. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, but first I'm going to, over here in this corner on the left side, I'm going to just add some adhesive, just the regular Stampin' Seal. And then for our baker's twine, I'm going to just kind of roll it on 3 fingers, just make like a circle. Go around like 4 or 5 times and cut it. And then I'm just going to kind of like pull the pieces kind of apart a little bit. Just to scruff it up a little bit. I'm going to lay that down so I make sure that it does not go off of my card. Let me get all this out of the way. It's stuck to my finger. I just want to make sure it's in a good spot. So there, I'll pick that up. And then now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of here. And I'm going to use my regular dimensionals. And you can put that and secure that down a little bit if you want. If you have some that's not all the way stuck down. Okay. And just make sure your twine is not up here like that. So that's basically how I'm deciding where I'm putting this down. And then I have not had the opportunity to use any of these gorgeous grape glossy dots. These are the glossy dot assortment. So I thought this was the perfect kit to use these. Now we have the new ones, the lavender ones. I'm not even sure what the name of them are, but I'm going to use these just because I want to use some of these up. I'm just going to add a few to jazz up the card. Now this kit did not come with any bling, so which normally it does. Normally you get some kind of bling, but not always. I'm just going to put one right there. So that's card 1. Stay tuned for card 2. Okay, so this is Paper Pumpkin, Lovely Lavender, January 2024, alternate project number 2. for this project, I told you yesterday that I was planning on doing a shaker card with this lavender. This is dried lavender. I bought this on Amazon. It was, let me see, I got it right here, pulled up. I've already used some of it, but this is 3.9 ounces, and I paid $4.99 for it with a Prime membership. I've probably made 16 cards using this already. I did a faux shaker. I put it in with my catalogs for my customers every year I do a project. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit because this is really, really, I feel like close. So we have basically these two, but this is the main focal point. So I plan on making this a shaker, so we're going to pull this tag out of the center. This is how the kit came. We're going to put this to the side for another project because I have an idea for tomorrow's project using these tags. And then it really just depends on what you want behind your card. I'm going to go with this one because there's so much floral already that I want to break up some of that floral a little bit. So we're going to put this card base to the side. It's so funny how from one day to the next, you can be, like yesterday, I had no inspiration whatsoever. I couldn't think of anything to create. And then last night, I sat down and designed a whole class. In fact, it was like I was so inspired, and I love my card so much that I'm going to use it for not only for one of my classes, for my card club class, but also for my card swaps. Okay, so to do a shaker card, you will want to have some of these foam adhesive strips. This doesn't come in the kit. This is extra. You can buy in my online store. These just make making a shaker so much easier. And then let me see if I have a scrap acetate sheet over here, or Stampin' Up! Calls them window sheets. So they're clear. They come inside your stamp set. Sometimes when you get or all the time when you get a new stamp set from Stampin' Up!, you'll get a piece of this. You could use that, whatever you want to do. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure, just get a rough idea about how much I want to cut, because I don't normally cut this with my paper trimmer. This dulls your blade big time. I have a guillotine trimmer that's like one of those old school ones that used to be in your classroom when you were a kid. I have one of those. So I'm going to go, I think I'll go about 3 by 5 1/4. So I'll be right back. I'm going to cut that real quick. That's fine. Okay, so first thing you want to do is adhere this down. The best thing for window sheet, I feel like, is the either tear and tape, because it has a lot of it's a strong adhesive, or maybe the So Plus, but you definitely want something that's stickier. You can use glue, but glue sometimes will pop loose, or glue sometimes seeps through, and you definitely don't want anything seeping through. I usually just use a block, and it just tears perfectly straight. Yeah, I was still ready to design more cards last night. I was just like, it was just coming out of me last night. I don't know. Like, I seen this certain card fold from another demonstrator, and I just, she was doing actually the lovely lavender, and I'm doing the balloon set, and it was like it clicked, and then it's just like one right after the other card came. I can't wait to share my cards. I'm going to wait to share it because it is going to be my my card swap, so I don't want to put it on the internet just yet. And of course, I don't want to, or I will share the card with her or with the people that paid for the class, but I will do a video on it just so I can, all the ladies that I swap with can remake the card if they want. So that will be a little while before I'll share that, but I love the cards I did last night. They're so cute. I have to start early because, especially with that balloon set, because there's a lot of dies and things in there that make it intricate. Okay, so we're just laying this over and gluing that down, and make sure you get a good seal all the way around. Okay, and then we're going to take our, I have some already open here. And you just want to go around as close to the edge as you can without it showing, because you want to, the bigger you make this, the more stuff you have to put in it. So, I mean, I don't care because I obviously have enough of this. And the cool thing is that your card's going to smell really good. I mean, really good. If you like lavender, it's going to smell really good. Okay. Sorry for the glare. I have a ring light. Well, I guess this one, I do have it right above me today, but it's usually to the side and it only shows glare on some things, but whenever you have something like this, it's always going to have a glare. And then I'm going to take a piece and I'm going to bring it out here closer to the edge, and there. Okay, so we've got our card base, our layering piece. Let me see. Now I have to decide, do I want to do how I'm going to, I think I'm going to, decorate from the outside. So on the inside, a lot of times the edges right here will be a little sticky, so I like to go along the edge with my embossing buddy, and then I also like to rub it a little bit. It just keeps static down, but don't rub too hard because it will scratch your, see, it kind of scratched my surface a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna, first I'm going to put these in, and you could put as little or as much in there as you want. Obviously you want it to be very flat because you want to be able to shake your card. I usually do a little shimmy and it'll lay it down, and if it's not laid down, take some out. Like this looks like it's probably going to be a little full. I can smell the lavender. It smells good. Okay. Give it a good shake. And then now we're going to start taking our backing off. I'm going to start over here. Okay. So I want this to be on the right side, so it's going to be on the left side, and then let me think. Just to make sure we're doing it right, I'm going to grab another one. So if this is how we want our card, like that, then when we flip it over, we're going to want this on this side. Does that make sense? So if we want your card, so it opens on, you know, the opening is on the right, your shaker's on the right, you want it like that, you're going to flip it upside down. So therefore it looks like that, okay? So now it's all good and sticky. Now you got to line up your card base with, and this is actually an easy way to do it. It's easier when you do it this way, where the card face and the card base are actually the same size, because you don't have to worry about centering it. It should be just right. So there we go. So there's our little shaker. Now we just got to decorate. So I'm going to, let's see, what was the stamp? Let's see, the stamp set says, just a little something for you, love, and happy Valentine's Day. I think I'm going to go with just a little something for you. Because the thing is they could actually tear this open and put it in their, like in their, what are those things called? My mom has one, not a crock pot, potpourri pot. If you have a potpourri pot, you could put it in there and, you know, make your room smell good. Okay, so now I want to pull out my pieces of flowers and greenery and things that I want to hide behind what I stamp. Let's see. So this is what they give you. This big piece was the one that was originally in here, and it went across like that. And I'm not mad at it doing that right there if we could figure out how to cover this up. In fact, we could probably cut this down a little bit. This was the original. What did I do with it? I lost it that quick. Oh, here. This was originally how it was done. Now, if I put the green, I could put one of the smaller ones in there, I guess, and then you could see the open window versus the big one. Or I could bring the big one over. Let's see what it looks like. These are real dainty. And remember, we can always cut this too. Maybe do it more up and over like that. I don't know. I kind of like... I don't know. Let me see what the smaller one looks like. You might not even be able to see the smaller ones, what I'm thinking. Yeah, that definitely is a no. Okay, so let me cut this off. And these. And we're going to figure out how we want this to lay. Like that. Actually, okay, I think I like that. Let me put just a little bit of, this is where you should definitely use your little dots. And I think I took mine out of my kit and I can't remember what I did with them. Like, oh, here they are. This is where these would be really good. These little glue dots. Actually, to make the video quicker, I'm just going to use regular glue dots. Okay, let me make sure I'm in the camera. So I want it like that. So anything on this side, I guess it doesn't matter, but... I'm just going to randomly put a few of these down. I'm afraid to do just setting them down because, like how you normally would go like that, because I'm afraid it'll tear it. These are pretty strong little glue dots. I mean, they hold ribbon and stuff, so. Definitely want to get like where if it would to catch on something, or like when you're taking it in and out of the envelope, I want that to be secure. Okay. All right, now for these, I'm gonna pop these up. So let me bring in, I'm gonna use the minis, so that won't be too popped up, but it'll still give a little bit of pop. Okay. You definitely want to come back tomorrow because I have got, it's actually an old school idea for the little bookmark thing, but I think it's going to be really cute. So tune in for tomorrow at 5 o'clock and we will do another paper pumpkin alternative idea. I mean, we might as well, I was going to do a video for YouTube anyway, so we might as well just do it live, and then I'll have both. So if you're watching on YouTube, this was pre-recorded live each day, one video or one card each day on my Facebook page. Okay, I think that should be enough. Oh, I pulled that all the way off. Oh, I forgot I had this one. Hold fast. Okay, get that out of the way. This little one I'm just going to grab. Okay, I'm going to put the great big one down first, going across here. And I'm trying to keep my stems kind of centered around here. So, again, I'm trying to make it to where you can see the shaker, so you can still see all that shaker magic going on over there. Now, the kit came with these little, this is originally what was stamped right here, but I'm thinking we could come up with something a little fancier than that. So let me see what dies I have. This is the Thoughtful Expressions. I think I'm going to do this one. So let me run this through my die cutting machine real quick and get these out of the way. Okay. usually don't have too much problems with words when I stamp with photo palmer, but it's usually the more solid surfaces. But I say that and then watch, I'll end up messing it up, but hopefully not. So we got the gorgeous grape ink, and we are going to stamp here. Oh, good. Just a little something for you. Oop. And then I put my finger right in the ink. That's okay. Let me see. I like that. Get all this stuff out of the way. So, do I want... So, the kit came with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little adhesive on the back. And then do like a roll around 2 fingers type thing. Let's see, I went around like 4 times, I think. And then I'm just kind of fanning it out a little bit. Make sure you catch that end. And they don't have to be even or perfect. I just wanted to pop out of the top, like out of the top a little bit, just to add some texture. Okay, so I'm going to take a large dimensional and put down here. See how there's all these, if you can see, there's a lot of layers there. So I'm going to put that right up in that corner there to help with the height difference. And then I'm going to put 1 dimensional, let's see, on this side. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit of glue over here. Maybe. I have so much problems with this glue. It's going to come splatting out. I can't even get it to come splatting out. Well, anyways, I think we'll be okay. And just go right there. Okay, so... Okay, so we're going to do a quick lane swerve. This doesn't have anything to do with paper pumpkin, but this is the faux shaker that I was talking about. I wanted to show you what I meant, and it's actually a sample in the catalog on page. Is it this page? No, right here. I did mine just a little bit different because at the time I didn't have the stamp set yet and I needed to get these done. But what I do is I always make one project and I stick it in my catalog when I pass those out to my customers. I always make one card and kind of stick it in the page that it goes in, or stick it in the front of the catalog. But I just want to show you that. And this is the coordinating suite that goes with this, that you could actually, you know, mimic all these cards and make pretty much all these cards in the same way. So I just wanted to take a few seconds to show you that. And I will, at the end of this video, it will have some suggestion videos. I'll suggest this one so you can watch and see how I made it. And obviously you could, you know, dress it up a little bit more than what I did in the video, because at the time I didn't have the stamp set. Okay, so now this was those bookmarks. I don't even have any more. Or do I? Anyways, I don't. This was the whole bookmark, and I've cut it off. I've cut the top off because I made this card that we're about to make. But I'm trying to shorten this video for the people that are watching on YouTube because it was super long. I actually in the video was basically making the card for the first time, and I made a lot of mistakes, and you had to. I just don't feel like you want to watch all that. So anyways, this is just this, 2 of these cut in half. And so instead of using the top, I'm going to use the bottom now. So what you're going to want to do, if you don't have a hole punch, you're going to want to line these up and put a hole in here with either, you can use take your pick tool, or if you have some kind of a hole punch. I have my crocodile here. I've been crafting for years, so I've got, you know, all the gadgets in here. But if you don't have one of these, then you can certainly just, I mean, even if you don't have a take your pick tool, which you need to get one if you don't have one of those, but and those are available now, but you know, this is a good tool to have. But anyways, okay, so now we're going to score just one of these, and I got my notes here so you don't have to suffer through everything. And we are going to just score this at 3/4 of an inch. So butt that up, the tag all the way to the top, and just get your cut line out of the way, because if I cut this, I'm in trouble. I don't have any more tags. Okay, and then you'll score on that. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this card base in, and we're going to cut the designer series paper on this side, or card base, whatever you want to call it. We're going to cut this at 2 1/4 by 5. Okay. All right, so far we have the 2 tags. We've only scored 1 and that. And then now we're going to bring in some gorgeous grape. And we're going to cut at 4 1/8. Hang on, let me do it like this. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we're going to cut at, let's see, what was the other one? 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then we're going to bring in a piece of crumb cake, which I forgot to grab it real quick, and we're just going to cut that like a regular card base, 8 1/2 and by 5 1/2. And we're going to score that at 4 1/4. And then on the front, we're going to cut off 1 1/2 inches. And you could save that for something else if you want. Okay. I think that's all of our cutting for now. Okay, let me get these out of the way. So the only other piece that you'll need is a basic white at 4 by 5 1/4, and we're just matting. This one's going to go here, and that one's going to go there, okay? So let me get my bone folder, burnish this down. So the piece that has let me get these out of the way too. The piece that has that you scored on, you're going to lay this down right here and butt it up. You can put this right in the middle or wherever you want. I'm going with in the middle. I haven't made one of these cards in a long time. We used to make it with a punch. Like you would score this down and then punch the edge. I don't know if we have any punches that could do that right now. I mean, we probably do, but they don't have the hole in them like We used to have those tag punches or whatever. Okay, so now we'll grab our gorgeous grape piece. Then our basic white layer. I redid this video because I was not in the camera at all. I was rushing and I started late. I got caught on the phone by, this wasn't quite straight. I got caught on the phone. I was put on hold, so I started late. And you know how you feel when you're rushed, and that's how I felt through the whole video. And I'm like, if I can remake it a little bit cleaner, then I will. I won't put you through all the pain of the designing process. I lost my eraser for my, what do you call that, adhesive eraser. I lost it in my craft room somewhere. It's in here. I'll find it, unless I accidentally threw it away, but I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to close this. Get that burnished down, and then we're going to bring this piece in and just try to butt it up against each other. And figure out, I want to definitely make sure I don't put glue past my finger. Line that up again. Okay, and then we're going to bring in our gorgeous grape layer. The video was so long that I actually had cut this in the fresh freesia, and I decided I liked the darker color, and I actually cut all the cardstock twice. So you are probably very thankful you're not sitting through all that. Okay, now before we decorate, I'm going to go ahead and put my bow and stuff on and get that situated. Okay, so this is it comes in a dual pack in the annual catalog. The pack is called Real Red and Burlap Ribbon Combo Pack. So I'm going to use the burlap one. I'm just kind of cutting a little point so I don't have as much trouble getting it through the hole. My fingers have glue on. They're so sticky. And then while you're pulling this through, try to get your ribbon, I mean, it's going to fold over, but try to make sure all the folds are the same in the front and the back. I didn't measure how much you need, but I'm decent at tying bows. I don't normally need as much, so I usually just leave it on the roll like this, so at least one side. But when you're making your loop, you want to try and keep this as flat as possible. This is a lot thicker ribbon to go through that little hole. And then I always bring my ribbon from the back to the front and try to tighten this up right here to get it so it's not so much in there. Not so much play. Now, see, it's wonky, but that's okay. You're not pulling it tight. You're going to make your bow a lot smaller than you think you want it, because when you pull it tight, it gets a lot bigger. Make sure everything is tied down the way you want, or like laid down the way you want. Now, I'll obviously fluff this up a little bit and give it a little shape. For me, I like to put my two ribbons together, fold it kind of, and cut at the same time. Okay. I'm sorry if you hear somebody talking. My son's in there playing his game, and I can hear him. That didn't work too well. This one I feel is a little bit longer. Okay. I still feel like it. Well, maybe it's this one that seems long. Okay, after all that, this is unraveling a little bit. Okay, so there's our bow. Now we just have to decorate. Okay. Now I have the larger pieces. I'm just going to whack that off. And I have the larger piece of this. I'm going to whack that off. And we're going to lay this down and try to figure out where we want to lay it. And I think when I did the first one, I cut. So I'm going to flip this over because it's just easier for me to see what I'm doing. I'm just cutting the leaves off where I want them to end. And you can save this for something else. So that'll go in there like that. Now, you can use the glue dots that come in the kit. I'm going to use these because it's just easier for me. I don't know. Everybody's different, but it's just easier for me to pick these up with my take your pick tool and put them down. I don't like picking those backings off. If I thought I could get away with running my tape runner across here, or my, I almost called it snail. That's what it used to be called. The, what is this, the stamp and seal, I would, but this is very, very fragile, so I'm just going to do it like this. Okay. Just a couple more. I definitely don't want this to move because it's so fragile. Okay, one more and then I'm done with this part anyway. Right there. Okay. Get over here in the middle of the camera here. I'm trying to work on that more. Okay, and then for this one, I think I'm going to, let me see if I have, I had cut it, I was running out of the little flowers. I like the skinnier one better than this big one. Let's try this. So we have these two. I think did I separate these before? Or maybe I moved them down a little. I think that's what I did. So I'm going to whack them off right here and put them there like that. So now I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this, and I'm going to use the mini dimensionals. I think the minis are the ones that come in the kit. Now I'm also going to bring in a different stamp set because I've made so many cards with the same sentiment. I am going to bring in a celebration item that is available right now. If you spend $50, you can get this item for free. Let me cut this mini in half. And I will put one more right here. Okay. throw that on the table. I never know whether to use my take your pick for this, or sometimes the minis don't stick as well. I think it's because I don't push them down. Go ahead and rip this off too. Okay, so let's bring in our cardigan. And we're going to have these going that way. And this one I'm just going to try to tuck as much as I can back there and have it come straight up like that. So now I wanted to get a little bit fancier with my, instead of putting the one that came in the kit, I decided to cut this out of the, these are called the Thoughtful Expression dies. I used the smallest one, and I'm using the gorgeous grape. Let's see, the stamp set that I'm bringing in is the Heartfelt Hellos. This is probably my favorite one of all the celebration. Probably my favorite thing of the celebration. I love when you have I love when you have sentiments, just a sentiment that is like everyday use. Like, yeah, this one is Easter, and you could definitely use the Easter on this card. Mother's Day too. Enjoy your day even. But the hello is something generic that you can put hello on there, and then you can turn around and write happy birthday on the inside, or stamp later the happy birthday on the inside. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit this with our embossing buddy. Bring in the Versamark. And I think I got that. Well, that's not too bad. At first I thought it was really quick because the glare was bad for me on the in the block. Okay, so I'm just putting that in my embossing powder. I'm going to heat up my tool or my heat gun, because it actually does better when you warm it up a little bit. And while that's warming up, I'm going to just knock off some of this extra that was on my finger. Okay. And you can use your tongs, or whatever they call these, tweezers. Okay. I'm going to let that cool for just a second. I'm going to grab some regular dimensionals. And I am going to, let me see, because this is a little bit, I cut off quite a bit. I'm going to put a dimensional right there, and I think on both sides. So let me put one right here. And I'll just put one right there. And one right there, just so it doesn't sag down. I want to add that in there. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to bring in the glossy assortment dots. And let's see, I'm going to use these medium ones right here. slide that over just a little bit if it'll let me. Ooh. And then I'm going to use one of the big ones up here. Okay. So I'm going to recap real quick all the cards that we have done. Let me grab them. Now in my unboxing video, we did this card, and this tag. And then for my class, we did, or I mean for the alternative ideas, we did this one that was part of our, oh no, that was today. We did this one that was part of our sketch challenge. And then we did the shaker. And then today we did that one. So that is my alternate ideas. I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to remind you that you only have 2 more days. If you are not already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you have to subscribe by the 10th of February to receive the February kit. And it's themed around Easter, I believe. I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't been in detail of it yet. And also, I wanted to remind everyone that if you go to the Paper Pumpkin website, you can actually print out one of these, and you just cut right here, and this will fit inside one of our clear stamp cases. One of these, you can buy these in my online store. And you can, that way you can have your stamp and store it. And you just slide it in here, just like you would this. You would slide this in. You have to cut this bottom part off though, but then you can have your stamp store with the rest of your stamps. And if you want to, you could even put some of your extra pieces in here from your kit if you had some extra left over. So thank you for watching. And don't forget that if you... I will link that faux card at the end of this video, and you can go and watch that, how I made that if you'd like. Thanks. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.